Hey Beacons, how have you been? How are your little cute hearts doing? How is parenting on your block? Have you ever wondered, like giving a second thought to the quality of children you're raising? Are you raising them in alignment with your goals? Do you even have parenting goals? Have you sat down to maybe ponder upon what you're doing right or wrong, or how you're raising, like the caliber of children you're raising? If you have, then this video is for you. If you are not sure the kind of children you should be raising, is also for you. It is for you because together will explore how to raise excellent children, so that you see what you're doing right to consolidate upon, and see what you're not doing well so that you can take cues and weave something new around what you already have, or maybe overhaul your system completely. What is excellence? Excellence is simply the quality or characteristic of being exceptionally good at anything, like whatever endeavor or whatever aspect of your life or whatever thing you set out to do. It is often the pursuit of the highest quality or highest standard possible. Now, let me be quick to add that excellence has nothing to do with perfection. Perfectionism really cripples a lot of us. There will used to be a time where if all the T's are not crossed and all the I's are not dotted very well, Laurie won't do anything. It really held me back. It stopped me from showing up because I wanted everything to be perfect. I had to consciously remind myself that good enough is good. Is a good place to start. And while it is okay for things to be 100%, 150, perfection is a myth. It's unachievable. Excellence, on the other hand, gives you room to keep learning, removes the pressure of everything being prim and proper and 100%, like, should I say, negative pressure, really. So there's a fine line between excellence and perfection. Here today we're talking about excellence in how to raise excellent children. Now we've talked about excellence being the quality of being exceptionally good at something, or striving to reach the highest possible standard in whatever you're doing. It involves, or yeah, it involves total dedication, continuous pursuit. Like today you have achieved, maybe you set goals to be better at discipline. You're getting better at it. The bars keep getting higher because the older your children get, the more different they are, the more different their needs become. They are constantly evolving, so your toolbox must always be evolving to be getting larger. There are some skills that you had before that will no longer serve you. There are new ones you need to acquire. And so excellence becomes a habit, a way of life, something you continuously or consistently strive towards. It's not like a goal that once you achieve it, you are done with it. It is something you are constantly chasing after, constantly reinventing yourself, so that you will always be a higher version of yourself every single time. Why is it important to raise excellent children in the first place? Because if we do not know the importance, the necessity, why something is needed in the first place, there won't be the urge or the zeal to pursue it. The first thing is personal fulfillment. When your child is excellent, when your child shows up, when your child is authentic, when your child is audacious, daring greatly in doing stuff, you find out that there's this personal fulfillment that boosts their self-esteem. They show up and they put in their very best. There's this song by Shakira, "Try Everything." I won't give up. I won't give in till I reach the end. Yes, I'll keep on making mistakes, but I'll keep on trying. They fall and then they get up again. Just look at a child who's learning to walk, for instance. The child keeps falling but keeps getting right back up and keeps persisting and striving towards her goal or his goal. So the personal fulfillment from achieving those goals is one reason why you should make excellence a habit in your children, something they should seek after, something they should pursue along for. Number two, the garden of potential. Now, have you ever seen a garden, a very beautiful garden, very, very, very lovely one that's well nurtured, that the owner tends, the gardener tends very well? In that garden, there are different plants. Some gardens may have dandelions, some may have orchids, and some may have tulips. And the care you give to a tulip and an orchid will definitely not be the same. A dandelion can grow or thrive anywhere. as against the kid that needs special care and nurturing. Same applies with your children. Some of us are raising highly sensitive children, but we do not even know that. Some of us are raising highly intuitive children, but we do not even know that. We do not realize how our disciplinary measures, how the tones of our voices, the pitch, or the way we talk to them, our gestures and mannerisms are imprinting or affecting their psychology or perception of life, or of us really as their caregivers. You see, when you know the kinds of children you're raising, you see that your garden has great potential and you're able to raise them according to the child's specific needs, according to their temperament, according to their learning styles. You know that each flower needs special care and attention, and then you're able to impact upon them the way they should be individually. There's no it's not a one size fits all thing, because what this person wants in with regards to love languages will definitely not be what the other person wants. So knowing what plants or flowers you have in your garden will help you to raise or nurture them adequately. So it is important for your child to be excellent, because it of course improves their potential. It makes the flower flourish and bloom and bear fruits in due season. The sailboat on the journey of life. The sailboat on the journey of life. That simply means, okay, remember on this channel, in this community, we refer to each other as beacons, as guidance, as guiding lights, leading our children on the journey from when they were born to finding purpose and fulfilling it excellently. Now, helping your child cultivate the character, the habit of excellence will help them well on this journey towards success. We set them up properly, because when it becomes innate, when it becomes a driving force, I won't show up and give 50% when I'm capable of 100. I won't show up and give 70% when I'm capable of 120. It becomes a lifestyle. You see that it becomes it becomes second nature to them, whether at their place of work or wherever they find themselves. It becomes a part of them, and that's a very, very good reason why you should nurture that habit or cultivate excellence in them. The symphony of success. Imagine a child's life as a symphony wherein every instrument is different and must be you as the conductor must conduct the orchestra to make sure that every sound produced harmonizes to produce a very beautiful masterpiece. Now you're raising different children, different instruments, you're nurturing them. The care you give to a guitar is different from the one you give to every other instrument you have on your symphony. In nurturing excellence in them, you're teaching them to show up. And then, okay, let's now bring it to another aspect or another level. The instruments represent the different instruments representing the different areas of their lives. Like an instrument, one aspect could be their education, the other aspect could be their spiritual, social, emotional, or psychological life. You are constantly making sure that every aspect is tuning harmoniously to produce a very beautiful musical piece, which is a child that is striving towards success. And what are the characteristics of an excellent child? When you see someone who's excellent, how would you even recognize them? The Holy Book says, by their fruits you shall know them, right? How do you identify? What trait are you looking for in your child to know if the child is excellent? Or what trait are you looking at nurturing or inculcating or instilling in your child to foster excellence in them? Number one is academic achievement. An excellent child goes with that mindset into studying. I won't have a 91% math or grade. I won't have a 91% grade in math or science when I'm capable of 100%. And we're not driving them towards exhaustion. We are directing them to focus on the innate abilities they have, so that we can consciously, constantly bring out the best in them. The second one is respect. An excellent child is a very respectful one. He respects himself and the elders or people around him, his peers, and his subordinates by extension. An excellent child honors people. He treats everyone as important and as special. Doesn't look down on anyone because maybe he's more highly placed or better placed than anybody. An excellent child is very responsible. He takes on responsibility It takes on responsibility willingly and completes them reliably. You are sure that you don't have to chase your child around the house just to do homework. You are sure that the chores that are allotted or assigned to each child are carried out or done properly and in time, because that child is constantly behaving or living an excellent life, behaving in excellence, behaving excellently, or living an excellent life. Number four is authenticity. Your child is very authentic. They dare to be themselves. We especially here in Nigeria, we see a lot of adults who say yes to everything. You have no business going on a particular trip, but because you are a people pleaser, you don't want to come across as you don't want to be left out. You want to feel among, you want to belong. You say yes. By the time you are done saying yes to everything, you're so exhausted that you don't even have the time or zest to pursue your own goals. An excellent child is authentic. He says no when it's time to say no. He dares to say assertively what he does not want. He means what he says, and he says what he means, because he knows that being real is better than being good, in quotes, because goodness sometimes you tell somebody be nice. What if this person I'm being nice to is being very rude to me? What if it's being disrespectful or abusive to me? Why are you telling me to be nice to someone who's maybe very, very, very rude to me? Being assertive in itself does not mean arrogance or impoliteness. It just means standing up and saying no to what you are not comfortable with or what you're not okay with. Assertiveness is the fifth characteristic trait of an excellent child. Ability to say no, even to authority figures, will begin from you as the parent. When you tell your child to do something they're not comfortable with, are they able to say no to you? If they don't learn it from home, charity begins at home, right? They don't learn it from you, they don't learn to say no to you first. How will they even develop the skill or have the guts, the courage or audacity to say no to an authority figure outside? So if you want your child to be assertive, to be able to stand up to bullies, to be able to stand up and speak up, find their voices and speak up for themselves, you must be ready to hear no from them too. You must be ready to train or nurture or hone that skill in them to be assertive, to stand up and say, no, mommy, no, daddy, I am not comfortable doing this thing, or can I do this thing later, or this dress makes me uncomfortable, can I change it? You see that we are constantly reliving our lives through our children. You like a particular dress, you feel like, this dress will be good on my child. I mean, you probably did not ask for the child's um opinion or consent. You did not involve the child in the decision making process. And then when you come and the child says no to the dress, do you know how much it costs me? Amaka, do you know how expensive this dress is? You better go and wear that dress. If not, you are threatening the living daylight out of this child. Come on, cut this child some slacks. You should have asked her, do you like, what color would you have preferred? You should have involved her in the decision making process up until when you were paying for the dress. Understand that they are younger than us does not mean that they are less human than we are. They also have tastes. They also have my little girl will say, Mommy, no, that's not my style. I'm like, oh wow. So you have style. She go, uh-huh. I really do not like that. And I'm okay with it because her saying no to me means that tomorrow when somebody is trying to shove something down her throat, I am very confident that she'll say no and stand by it. Number six is curiosity and inquisitiveness. An excellent child is a curious one, always asking questions. Mommy, why is this like that? Daddy, why is this like that? A lot of us have killed the curiosity, the inquisitiveness in our children by telling them to shut up. They ask you questions sometimes, sincerely. Say the truth and shame the devil. You don't know, like you don't have the answer. You are too pompous, you are too full of yourself to just simply say, can we look it up together? I really do not know the answer. And then you shut them up, or you are too busy, you're too tired to even answer or indulge, and then you keep shutting them down. What you're doing is killing their curiosity, the drive that pushes them to learn, that pushes them to acquire new knowledge. You're killing it. If you're guilty of this, please retrace your steps and help nurturing that and help in nurturing and help to nurture that curiosity in your child, because you'll be doing them a great service. Number seven is self-discipline. An excellent child is a very disciplined child. You don't is self-driven, is self-motivated. You really do not need to chase them much. There are a lot of people who, even after their lunch phase, they've left their parents' home, they are not self-motivated enough to even pick up their books to read. They've lived their lives from daddy and mommy telling them what next to do, that when they leave the house, they practically crash. They don't know what to do. They wake up in the morning and then they just glide through the day with no plans, with no goals, with no targets. So when you raise an excellent child, you are raising a child who will be self-motivated, who will be self-driven and self-disciplined. A bonus one will be emotional intelligence. A child who is excellent is high in EQ skills, is self-aware, is able to self-regulate, is able to show empathy to the people around them, because he's constantly striving to be a better version of him every single time. Yes, I am amazing, but good is good, better is better, best is still the best, right? But now when you're trying to instill this skill in them, you should not overdo it, because too much of everything is bad. You must work according to the child's pace. Yeah, the learning should be child centered. It should not be according to the plans you have, the very robust schedule you have fixed. Allow them room to be children still. Allow them to have room to be themselves, to be kids, to play, to explore. Because, like Maria Montessori reminds us a lot, play is good. Play is fun. Play is to children as work is to grown-ups. So in playing, they are developing skills for themselves, and it's helping them to explore and really be children. Now that we've talked about what excellence means, the consistent, continuous pursuit also of becoming a better or higher version of yourself and putting in the best in everything you do. We've talked about the importance of excellence, and we've talked about the characteristic traits of excellent children. How do you raise these children? Now, I really prefer to read books that have how to's more than philosophies. Yes, this thing is beautiful, the concept is amazing, I get it, my life depends on it, but how do I do this thing? You're telling me to focus without telling me how to focus. You're telling me to keep pushing, to be authentic, without telling me how to. So yeah, the Lorry brand try to not just tell you what you should do, or what is obtainable, or what's right, or what can be of importance or benefit to you. We also try to tell you how, so that you can pick what's relevant, tweak what you think will work for your system, and totally, it's very okay to ditch what will not work, because we are all raising different children. My three daughters are very, 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 very different. I sometimes it beats my imagination how children born of the same womb to the same parents can be so different. Even twins that are identical also share a lot of different characteristic traits. How, let alone siblings or children that are not even identical in themselves. So, how do you raise excellent children? Number one, instill strong values. When your values are clear, decision making is easy. The decision in the choice of friends. I remember when my little girl, we had to switch schools. My middle daughter, I asked her one day if okay, who's your friend? You just joined the school. Do you have any friends yet? I think it was the middle of the term, or we're gradually crawling towards the end of the term. And then she went, no, mommy. I'm like, oh, why? Why? There are a lot of people in your class. Why haven't you made any new friends yet? Because she said, because she hasn't found anyone who aligned with her value. It became I was happy, because I'm not telling you pick somebody who is tall, fair, slim and beautiful, or handsome, short, black, green or purple. You are you have been armed with strong values. like a benchmark for judging or evaluating the kinds of people you want in your space, that you want to impact you, that you want to rub off on you. So I think if you do that too for your children, it will help them make a lot of decisions, not just in their choice of friends, in their associations, in the things they do, in the movies they watch, the books they read. We went to a book fair and we're trying to pick books. I was looking through some because I usually would prefer to pick books that teach moral lessons or teach values, so that they're not just reading or getting entertained. They are also learning about maybe responsibility, learning from your mistakes, gossiping, and not snooping. No. So my daughter, the oldest, brought a book to me, and I asked her, why did you pick this one? Why is this your best pick? There are a lot of books here at the fair. And she said, because I went through it and the book aligns with our values. So having strong values instilled in your children will actually guide them a lot on their journey through life, not just childhood, but through adulthood and even when they become parents themselves. Number two will be a role model. You are beacons, you are guiding lights. You should model what you want for your children. Model excellence. Do you set goals for yourself, and at the end of the week you're already tired? A lot of us set fitness goals, weight loss goals. In January we have done our New Year resolutions, and before it's the 10th of the month, I've ordered pizzas and requested for three extra layers of mozzarella or cheddar cheese. We forget that these little humans, these little ones we're raising, are looking at us, and they're getting shaped by what we do. Monkey sees, monkey does. The thing you are putting in front of them always will become their reality. They will may not even ask you questions, they will just default into, like, their default setting will just be what they see you do every day, because repetition fosters remembrance, right? So be a role model. You want your children to be excellent. Don't be a hypocrite. You cannot give what you do not have. You must strive to be excellent yourself. Set realistic goals. Learn, unlearn, relearn to meet up with those goals, just so that you'll be modeling the right thing to your children. Number three will be foster a love for learning. Now, we have screen time rules in my house, and just so that the children will not be bored. Sometimes when they are bored and there's nothing to do, they'll maybe just go back to their screen. I have a functional library. We have a functional library in the house. So when you're bored and you're, mommy, I'm bored, go and read a book. Pick a book, any story book at all, and read. And then there are toys, educational learning materials, educational stuff that just stimulate learning in them. So you see that when you throw these things around and then they are bored, they could easily just go start playing with Play-Doh, for instance, start playing with slime, start building blocks. What about Lego puzzles? And the likes of games, Monopoly, Ludo, board games, chess. When these things are around them, they are it's just like when you're trying to lose weight, and there's always bread and burger and ice cream and all the sweet treats and junks in your fridge. Your first instinct would be, when you're feeling hungry, to grab what you can find on the go. But when you make the conscious effort and overhaul your fridge, when you're hungry and what you reach out for is a bowl of salad, you see that you have created this system to foster or support your weight loss. It applies to your children too. If you want them to learn, you must make the house conducive enough for learning. You cannot be jamming music at the highest volumes and expect them to want to read. The room cannot be messy, disorganized, people yelling, and there's rancor everywhere, and you expect them to read. Make sure the environment is suitable enough, and then there are tools to foster or spark the interest in learning. Encourage curiosity. You should provide access to educational toys, learning materials, and teaching aids that would maybe spark up that. What about different colors of maybe Play-Doh? Oh, what if I merge these things together and create a bit more beautiful color? This is real. You can have a STEM corner. You can have an art corner where they can just play and explore as children. Okay, it will really help them on the long run. The next one will be to teach resilience. Sometimes the goals we set for ourselves are so audacious that we wear ourselves out, like we get tired, or naturally we get tired. Oh my God, mommy, I have to copy three pages of this notebook. I'm very, very tired. Why don't you break them into bite sizes? Some of us protect our children from toughness. Some of us pamper or shield our children, whether that the little things that should have made them grow, that should have grown stamina in them, we we shield them from them. And when they grow up later on in life and face real time hardships, they stagger, they actually fall down. It reminds me of the story of the butterfly. A man saw a butterfly trying to come out of the cocoon and was struggling, so he helped the butterfly come out. Upon observation a few days later, he found out that the butterfly could not fly, and he learned that in helping the butterfly come out of the cocoon, he prevented it from forming or making the wings work, and that prevented the butterfly from being able to fly, because the struggle to get out of the cocoon is what strengthens the wings of the butterflies and help them to fly. So sometimes in shielding our children from hardships, we are actually killing resilience in them, and we're showing them that life it should be a bed of roses or a platter of gold. Toughness is good. Teach them that when the going gets tough, only the tough gets going. It's okay to toughen them up, but that does not mean that you should be abusive or overdo it. All right. Look for things that are age appropriate, to be keystone moments, to be teachable moments, to groom the resilient skill in them. Number five, encourage critical, creative, and analytical thinking. A lot of us grown-ups, especially on this side of the world, we follow the bandwagon a lot. See somebody buying red dresses, you have no business with the color red. You don't even understand the psychology of the color. You are hopping on the bandwagon. And then when you get home, you're like, wait, why did I even buy this thing? I want to so and so thing. Yeah, me too. I want to take this course. Me too. Have you checked your personal development plan and see and checked properly if it fits in? Are you even going the same direction as this person? The skill set a medical doctor needs definitely will not be the ones a carpenter or a YouTube content creator will need. You must know who you are, and to yourself, be true, be authentic. All right, if you teach your children to think for themselves, you teach them the mental models from which to think, you find out that they are not easily swayed by the opinions of mediocre minds, especially in this age of social media. And then now that we're raising digital natives, where your children could be online with strangers playing games, nobody can tell you try to do something that they've not sat down, like without them sitting down to think it through. I tell my children, examine the bearer of the truth. That something is true does not mean it is the truth. Okay? Teach them to engage their senses. Let them play games that will help them think. Chess is one very good way place to start, to build their critical thinking skills, to make them learn the art of the strategist. Because at the end of the day, if your child is not able to think for themselves, somebody will be doing the thinking for them, and most of the times the person may not want what's best for them, and they'll carry that culture into the future, and then there'll be adults who are being spoon fed by other people or living other people's lives for them. Because when you can't think for yourself, everything goes, and you know what follows. We've been able to talk about excellence in this video as the quality of striving towards the highest or greatest potential in everything you do, the continuous pursuit of what's best, of what you want, like the highest version of what you want. Yeah, for us at the Lorry brand, our motto is excellence or nothing. If we're not going to do it well, then we don't bother at all. If we're not going to give you the best in videos, in programs, in events, in courses, in our newsletters, we don't bother at all, because we value you, we appreciate the time, the currencies of destiny you spend with us, not just in the resources of finances, the attention, the efforts, the energy you spend just to sit here and view our videos, recommend us to your friends, share us with your audience. So if it's not going to be excellent, we go come up body like it's a slang in Nigeria. You won't catch us doing it. Like you won't just see us there. Okay. We talked about the importance of raising excellent kids. We talked about personal fulfillment, the garden of potential, the sailboat of life. We talked about building the symphony of success, instilling in your children the different instruments, or honing the instruments to build create a beautiful harmonious sound. And then we talked about the characteristics of excellent kids. We talked about academic achievement, respect, responsibility, authenticity, assertiveness. We talked about curiosity and inquisitiveness. We talked about self-discipline. We talked about emotional intelligence, self-motivation, and then we said we listed 5 ways of raising excellent kids. Are you doing anything differently from what we have listed in this video? We would really love to learn too from you and others. I believe others in the comments will also want to learn. Please do share in the comments. If you have not liked this video, if you have not shared it with your friends, please do so. Please, please, please don't keep us as your best kept secret. Help us to take this gospel of excellent parenting to your friends and loved ones, to all the corners of the earth. And to in ending this video today, as always, we'll leave with you with 2 quotes. I believe that okay, I think it was Babs Fafnwa that said, education is what's left of you when all that you learned in school has been forgotten. And so if all you take away from this video is 2 quotes that you make affirmations out of every single week when we release videos, then you're fine. That does not mean you shouldn't watch the entire video or learn or take notes or start applying, though. I'm just saying, if those 2 quotes are what you live by, like your mantra every day, I think the lessons will stick better and you'll be able to execute better. So our first quote for today is from Aristotle. He said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act but a habit. We are what we repeatedly do. I recently was asking someone, if old habits die hard, will cultivating good habits not serve us a lot? Because if we have good habits and old habits die hard, then we're set up for life, right? We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act but a habit, by Aristotle. Excellence is the result of caring more than others think is wise, risking more than others think is safe, dreaming more than others think is practical, and expecting more than others think is possible. Excellence is the result of caring more than others think is wise, risking more than others think is safe, dreaming more than others think is practical, and expecting more than others think is possible, by running Oldman. A lot of people think you're insane, you're out of your mind when you are investing in parenting courses, reading books, going on for sitting for webinars, going for classes or conventions or summits or festivals to improve on your parenting skills. But then how else is excellence built or cultivated? Or if it is not first learned, if it's not first learned, how will you model something to your children when you do not have it at all? Thank you so much for sticking it out with us on this video to its end. As usual, please share this video with your friends, subscribe, and turn on the notification button rather, so that you will not miss out on fresh episodes every week. Let us share this gospel of excellent parenting so that together we can spread, number one, hope that things can still be turned around no matter how bad they are getting or have gotten. To peace, because knowledge brings light and with it direction. And because we are with you every step of the way, we'll be here rooting for you. And number three, finally, faith, a confidence that excellence in parenting is an achievable feat. And like I said before, we are rooting for you, we believe in you, and we know that you are constantly aiming at striving to make the rest of your life the best of your life. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.